Hello everybody, KGOWSLK here, and welcome back to God of War: The Treasures series. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but anyways, in the last one there, we looked at the deleted levels, and they had some pretty cool, groovy ones on there, man. But now, we're going to be looking at heroic possibilities. See how Kratos was designed and created. Ooh, this is going to be fun to watch. Like I said before, some of these I've seen, some I haven't. Like those deleted levels and the making, I've never seen them. I've seen, obviously, the in-game movies. And then I've seen Birth of the Beast. And I think I also dabbled into the character graveyard. This is when I played the game a long time ago, though. So, I think out of all these options, I've probably actually seen like 4 of them in total. I don't know, but anyways, let's see how Kratos was designed and created.
Some of the earlier characters that had been played around with, some of them again just didn't feel right for the time period. Some of them either felt overdressed or felt too fantasy. A lot of the concepts too got very detailed. There were lots of flowing things, and there was lots of hair, and there was lots of things that if we had to just model it, it probably would have been a little bit tougher to pull it off. There was one character I remember when I first saw it that had kind of almost kind of a tribal feel to it, a very kind of African feel to it, which I thought was pretty cool. Didn't say Greek, but at the same time when I looked at that, I thought, you know, that would be a pretty cool character to work with.
We went through images of the lone wolf kind of characters where you might have a hero with a little baby or a dog on his back. So just to kind of give something different, you know, about the character and something that you can kind of relate to.
One of the original concepts behind the hero for God of War was to come up with a guy who was, his whole face was encased in a mask. And we thought that going with a mask would be, being able to paint his face in broader strokes so that when you were playing the game, he still had a lot of personality and you could still sort of read that when you saw the mask. But when we actually got it in the game, it ended up feeling very soulless and it didn't feel like the guy had a personality.
That was always one of the big elements that we were dealing with. And it was difficult because, we would often hear, it's not Greek enough, and we're like, what does that mean? I'm using a actual, sometimes because we'd take it right from a Greek, some Greek sources, and it's very Greek. But I think what we really started seeing was, okay, no, it's not Greek enough according to what the general public knows, and that's kind of what we had to go towards.
These are again very traditional. Some of these were very traditional kind of Greek images, and again, the more traditional it got, the more armor we put on him, the more he lost his individualism.
Every time we put something on, Dave felt like, he doesn't look brutal anymore, and we started realizing brutal also kind of related to the primal part of him, and so we did spend a lot of time going through that, but in the end we ended up still taking his clothes off, and that's what we went with. So
when I first saw this from Charlie, it was the first time that I really saw the brutal nature and the violent nature and the sort of the animalistic quality that would really become the foundation for Kratos. And I think starting to see these images was just like sort of confirmation that this idea could really work, and instead of giving him a traditional sword, going with these sort of chain blades was going to be much more dynamic and fluid and really fun to play with. The main goal for the character in the game was always to create someone that looked really brutal and really nasty and really violent. Instead of sort of going down the traditional route of a iconic Greek hero with the plume helmet and the skirt and the toga and the sandals, we wanted someone who really made the player feel like he was being able to unleash his dark side. So the idea was always how can we make him look more brutal? How can we make him look more violent and impulsive and nasty? And that desire always superseded sort of historical accuracy. So while you look at this guy and he may not totally feel at home in ancient Greece from a costume standpoint, I think he achieves the greater purpose, which is to give players a character that they can play who really does let them just go nuts and unleash the nasty fantasies they have in their head.
And I'm very glad that you guys went with the design that you went with, because you see that Ghost of Sparta, I was about to say Ghost of Spartan, that Ghost of Sparta right there, you know exactly who that is. That was very cool seeing that, and then also hearing their thought process on everything. It's amazing how much detail goes into something like that. Like when you see it after it's all done, you're just like, okay, they got a character that they made together and he looks pretty cool. But you don't know the journey it took to get to that character. Or, yeah, the journey it took, yeah. But anyways, in the next one, we'll look at the visions of ancient Greece. Never seen this one. But other than that, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button as well as that subscribe button with that notification bell to get notified every time I upload a daily video. So with all that being said, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Or you're going to have a great day. I'm having a stroke over here. And take care, everyone.